one or two girls, no more than three, that you are consistently dating over a long period of time before you pick the one that you consider your girlfriend.
Bro, that's a waste of time. I'm gonna be real. For any dudes out there watching, bro, do not trust me, man. I've done this. And I'm not trying to say it to like brag, but it's very stressful, man, when you have multiple women that you're entertaining. It is very, very stressful. Do not do that.
How's it going, man?
Hey, good, thanks.
Where you calling from?
Canada.
Okay. How can I help you?
So I've had a interesting, I don't know what this, I have no idea what that was. Well, I've had an interesting few years. I got married when I think I was 23, 24. I was dating my wife for about a year before we got married, and we just recently decided to separate. And I'm not hurt about it. You know, the relationship kind of ran its course. I learned a lot from the whole experience. I kind of learned that people are the way they are. If you kind of notice, even with younger women, like there's this idea that you can kind of mold them into what you want to be. People are the way they are. And women kind of play these games where they'll act as though they have kind of interest in your type of hobbies and kind of act as though, oh yeah, I want to like, like ride bikes with you or something. I'm big into motorcycles. And then it turns out once you're married and once they realize like, okay, things are locked in, they get very complacent. And I think that's part of why the relationship kind of failed.
We'll stop it right there real quick. I understand what he's talking about. I dated a girl before and I love video games. I tried to, actually me and her kind of like started talking because we like the same game, but I made the mistake of trying to get her to play games with me, like make that like our hobby type thing so we could spend time together and, chill together and stuff like that. But I learned from that relationship, y'all need to have y'all's own hobbies. Y'all need to have y'all's own things. Because if you're both trying to have the same hobbies, one of y'all is going to be forcing it. One of y'all is going to be doing something that you're not as passionate about. So you both, in my honest opinion, need to have separate hobbies. If she likes art, get her like a little studio in the house. Like that's her area to where she goes and does her hobbies. If your hobby is reading, then, you can be in the living room reading a book while she's doing her hobby. Y'all need to have time apart and separate things that you're passionate about. Yeah, that's just my honest opinion on that.
It was kind of doomed from the beginning, and we just weren't kind of perfect for each other. And yeah, I think being in that kind of situation where you're married and there's a pretty good certainty that you can't just walk out. If things aren't kind of going the way you want them to go, you can't say, I think we're going to part ways. I'm just going to date somebody else. And that kind of makes women complacent. And I've learned marriage is just a bad idea for men. My divorce definitely isn't going poorly. She's not like a terrible person or anything. It was an amicable breakup, so I don't have to pay like alimony. I haven't lost like half my money or anything. So things are going good. As far as life goes, I'm making good money and I get to keep more of my money because I don't have to support my wife anymore. She's got her own place now. So, the only thing I kind of wanted to ask you about was like maybe some stuff on hair and some fashion tips, because two things I'm not great with is fashion. I think I look pretty good when I go out on my motorcycles because I am into like motorcycle fashion. Girls always, when I like pull up at a gas station or when I'm stopping at a restaurant or something, I get a lot of compliments from women saying, oh, your bike looks really nice, or I really like your jacket. But I have no freaking idea, like, I don't know, normal people clothes. And I don't know if you could give me any advice on like hair.
The looks maxing stuff is surface level things that you can change, right? But we got to talk about the marriage because that's going to play a huge role into your future relationships. So guys try to like gloss over that. So number one, I always tell guys, right? I say before she even becomes your girlfriend, you got to date her for 2 years. And then guys call me crazy.
I think
and then this.
Hold up. Before she becomes your girlfriend, you have to date her for 2 years. Wouldn't she be your girlfriend while you're dating for 2 years? Am I missing something? Let's see if he explains, because I'm not understanding that.
This kind
I
of
think
stuff
that's sensible.
Yeah. So you were dating her for a year, and then you married her within the year.
Yeah, some of that had to do with it being a long distance relationship at the beginning.
Why
She
were
was
you in a
from
long
Belgium.
distance
I'm from
relationship?
Canada.
Why were you in a long distance relationship?
Well, I actually am diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder. So there's very few people that I'm genuinely interested in. If I were to do everything all over again, knowing what I know now, I probably wouldn't have bothered, but I don't regret the relationship. I learned a lot. I grew a lot as a person. And I think some of the really good things that have happened to me were due to that particular relationship. So I don't regret anything, but yeah, knowing what I know now, unless like there's very, unusual circumstances, I definitely wouldn't, date a foreign woman again, just because like it's a huge hassle.
Gotcha. Okay, so don't get into long distance relationships.
Yeah.
Number one, date the woman for at least 2 years before you even make her your girlfriend, because you need to.
He didn't explain, so he's still saying it again. Date her for 2 years before you make her your girlfriend. So I guess he's just saying, this is what it sounds like to me. Spend time with her, spend money on her, take her out on dates. I'm sure he's sleeping with the women that he's dating for 2 years. So you're doing everything that you would do with a girlfriend for 2 years, just without the label. That seems kind of silly to me, to be honest with you. You might as well make her your girlfriend if you're going to be. What it sounds like to me is, for those 2 years that he's just dating her, he can still have other women. That's what it kind of seems like to me, is he wants to basically keep the door open to have other women before he makes the commitment and have the title. And also, I don't think there's anything wrong with a long distance relationship if you and your partner both have the exact same goal. If y'all are dating with intent and you're not just kind of just nilly-willy, just like, oh, let's just see where things go. If you both are dating for marriage and you have things that you got going on, that's perfectly fine in my opinion.
See who she really is as a person.
2 years. So do you mean like live-in girlfriend, or like what do you mean by that?
No, like she's my, like she has to be part of my rotation for 2 years for me to deem her girlfriend material.
There it is. See, he said part of my rotation. I know what I'm talking about. I knew that's what he was doing. I knew that's why he's doing that. He's being greedy. He wants to continue to sleep with other women while he's with this one. So it's like, you're going to make her wait 2 years before she gets the commitment before you make her your girl. That's silly, man. Come on, Fit. Or what is his name? FitxFearless. That's silly, man. You as a man, if you really like a woman and you want her to be your girl, then ask her to be your girl.
Well, that's for you personally. Like again, I actually have diagnosed antisocial personality disorder. There are very few people I'm actually interested in. Like, I love sex, I love women, but dealing with these kind of annoying personalities.
Who said you had to know? I didn't say you had to deal with annoying personalities. Even if you found it,
you do to some extent.
Okay, hold up. You found one girl that you liked, right?
Yeah.
You dealt with her for how many years?
We were married, I think it's been, I'm 33 now. I think we got married when I was 24. So it's been like 9 years.
Got you. So you found one girl that you liked and you stuck with her for 9 years. I guarantee you, bro, there's more than one.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So what I'm trying to say is you could have avoided all of this, whether you have personality disorder or not. Being more patient with your dating life and picking the best woman. Not saying you got to go sleep around. Not saying that you got to go date 50 girls. 1 or 2 girls, no more than 3, that you are consistently dating over a long period of time before you pick the one that you consider your girlfriend.
Bro, that's a waste of time. I'm gonna be real. For any dudes out there watching, bro, do not, trust me, man. I've done this. I've done this, and I'm not trying to say it to like brag, but it's very stressful, man, when you have multiple women that you're entertaining. It is very, very stressful. Do not do that. Pick one woman at a time. Date that woman and continue to stay on your shit too. Like, date her when you have free time. That's when you see her, like on the weekends, like on a Saturday or something, then go out with her. Don't try to make your life revolve around her, but one woman at a time. If you're not feeling her, let her know you're not feeling her, cut her off, and then proceed to find another woman. Don't do this 3 women at a time nonsense, man. It's a headache, dude. It's stressful, especially if you're intimate with these women. You're going to be completely drained of all of your energy. You're going to be irritated, man. No, don't do it. Do not do it. Focus on one.
Because it saves you from all of this stuff. All I'm trying to do is
1 to 2 years of like a casual thing.
But it's not, listen, hold up. It's not just, oh, she comes over and we fuck. No, we actually date. So your rotation girls, you actually date. They're not girls that just come over and then, no, you actually date them.
Right. I'm not particularly familiar with this concept. And I think I'm kind of unusual in the sense because usually when I meet girls, the first thing on my mind isn't how will I like make them my girlfriend, get them into bed as quickly as possible. I actually have very low interest in people when I first meet them, and they kind of have to prove themselves to me that, you know, they're relatively intelligent, they share similar interests, they're just kind of a cool, chill person.
Yeah, man, this was the gentleman on the right. What's his name? Vegan Gains. I think he's a content creator as well. I've seen some of his clips back in the day. Buddy used to be unhinged, but he's very well spoken, very intelligent. I like the way that he communicates. He's gonna be good. He's not gonna have any problems finding another woman, man. It seems like he's learned a lot from his previous marriage, and this video has some good educational points in here, man. For any dudes out there who are dating, you got to be able to think for yourself and think very logically. When you watch these YouTube videos, don't just get so stuck on looking up to these content creators to where you do everything that they say. FitxFearless does not always know what he's talking about. I'm not always going to know what I'm talking about. I'm not a relationship guru. He's not a relationship guru. Everybody's life is different. He's telling people to focus on or date 3 women at a time and have a rotation. That's stupid advice. Very dumb advice. You waste time, you waste resources. It's very stupid. Focus on yourself, number 1, and better yourself in every aspect. If there's a woman that you're interested in, approach her. If she entertains you, then just focus on that one woman. You don't need to have a rotation. It's very, very dumb. Yeah, man, that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please let me know in the comment section. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.